I've come to look at the new Leeds Aldwark left bank stretch, and this is the Aldwark Arms, where you can park in their car park providing it's not more than 60% full apparently. And look at the top length. There are two lengths, the top length and the bottom length, separated by a bit of golf course. It's a lovely day. So I've come into the car park, parked there, and just over here there's a Leeds sign and a style. There we are, all very new and substantial. It's quite windy, you probably get some noise on the on this video, wind noise. Anyway, so I make my way across to the river down there. So after you've come across the stile, don't just set off down the field, because there's a gutter goes down across the field and you can't get across it. So you have to come along here, follow this tractor. There's a little bridge over this gutter, and then make your way down the field. Well, there you can see the pub and the car park. So I've crossed this field to this bottom corner. There is in style the first of the top 3 fields on this stretch. It says there, private, no access beyond this point, but I think that's that's an old sign. So this is the first of the 3 top fields. There's 2 fields above this, and again it's very open, easy access to the banks, sloping banks. The river's well up today after all that rain we've had. Carrying a fair bit of colour. This is a stile over into the second field from the top. And just be careful when you're crossing it, because that top strand of barbed wire still has the barbs on. It'll rip all in your wellies or your waders. And there are some young beasts in this field. Hopefully they will be well behaved. Well, young beasts will not bother at all. Not really interested. For those of you who have had experiences with young beasts, they seem quite content. Again, open field, easy access to the banks. The bushes opposite there. And this is the stile between the middle field and the top field on the upstream stretch. This is the top field of the upstream stretch, open, easy access to the bank, sloping bank. There's an awful lot of water to go out there. It's big. On this lovely sunny day in October. And this is the top limit. It doesn't take very long to get here at all. 20 minutes. And this is looking downstream from halfway up the top field. And at this point there's looking downstream, there's a stock-proof fence, but I noticed halfway down, there's a stile which will give us access to this bit of the length. You can see Aldwark Church in the distance there. Well, there you can see the stile over to this stretch, and downstream is the footbridge which leads across from Aldwark to the right bank, which is also Leeds DASA Aldwark. So this is the very top of Leeds DASA right bank, top of the golf course. It's a tee for the 13th hole, and going all the way down there to Aldwark Bridge. And just down from the stern there is in fact a gate which you can get through. Those of you who bring borrows with you, you've got to lug your barrow over that stile at the bottom of the pub car park. And they get out of this little bit. There's another stile here at the bottom end. I'll just climb over that, make my way downstream to the bottom of this left bank top stretch. Again, just be careful when you're crossing this stile, because the top strand of barbed wire, again, it's still got the barbs on. So we're back at this little drain running down here, and you can get across it here where the cattle go across and the sheep go across. It makes its way back up there. And there's a canoe there. I don't know whether it's meant to be there or not. But, and at this point there's a little jetty with a boat attached to it. The golf course opposite. From there you get a very good view of Aldwark Church steeple. The sunshine. So if you're fishing this field, bottom end here, you can avoid crossing that gutter just by making your way directly down to this jetty. I think on the map it's marked with a purple line. You can avoid crossing that gutter, especially if it's been raining and there's a lot more water in it. It's quite dangerous crossing little things like that. Sometime this belonged to York Angling Association, and this was peg 13B. So access to the river in this field is not quite as easy, but there are one or two places where you can get on like this, and lots of slacks between these trees. You don't know what's in them. A giant pike. And for the very bottom of the field, the river is lined with trees. For the last sort of 200 yards. Although the bank is quite steep here, there are places where you can get on. Flick a dead bait out. Trot for whatever's in here. This building, I seem to remember, was the R.A.F. Linton's Rowing Club building. Seems to be abandoned now. Now R.A.F. Linton is closed. And this is the bottom limit. Can you get from here back up onto the road, or do you have to go back up to the pub? So I walked up the fence from the abandoned rowing club. There is Aldwark Church. Giant Irish U in front of it. In the corner, between the field and the churchyard, there has been a gate at some time. And there's a fence put across there. You could access the bottom from there. And whether that's permitted or not, I have no idea. Anyway, I've climbed over it because I want to show you the car park marked on the map, which is immediately behind me. So there you can see the church. There you can see the corner of the field where I climbed over. And this red track is a public footpath which leads down to the footbridge over the river. And according to the map, you can park here. There's the Aldwark village sign, church behind. You can park here. On this grassy bit. If you walk down the red path to the footbridge, you can't get access to the upstream stretch. Except in that corner there, you can get access, but I don't think that's allowed. But when you cross the footbridge, it takes you onto the Leeds DASA Aldwark right bank on the golf course, which they've had for years. So coming down the red path, it looks like there has been a stile here at some time. I suspect it was for golfers who hit the ball too long on this hole behind me. I've just found a golf ball on it in that field. And there you can see the hole there. I think it's a practice hole actually. Nevertheless. So if you're tempted to park your car down here, I don't know whether that would be allowed, but you're risking getting your car clattered with a golf ball. So this is the other side of the boathouse. It looks very nice. So it would seem there's going to be major changes down that boathouse. Seems it's been handed over to the Scouts at some time. They want to completely renovate it so they can take wedding parties along the river. We don't disturb the fishing. And the red path leads round here onto the footbridge, which we have. Well, it's a public right of way. Yeah. So this is looking upstream from the footbridge, and we have just acquired, or Leeds DASA have just acquired, the bank on my right. And I think there are 4 fields all the way up there. But we also have what you can see there on the left-hand side, looking upstream, which they've had for a long time. And that's looking downstream. On the right bank is Leeds DASA. On the left bank it's the golf course, or part of the golf course, and it separates Leeds Aldwark left bank into 2 parts. The top part, which I've just looked at, and the bottom part, which I'll have a look at now, which is just round that corner. Clouds have come in. So I'll make my way up the tracks of the road and then follow the road round past the church to the pub. Pick up my car and go and have a look at the bottom length. Well, I'm back at the pub and it's 1 o'clock. So it doesn't take very long at all, from 20 to 12. So it's taken an hour and 20 minutes to video the top bit. You can see it's Halloween. Pumpkins outside the pub. And they do a Sunday lunch and it looks delightful. Well, according to the map, I can park here. Just at the entrance to Aldwark Manor. And make my way to the river over there. It doesn't seem a very satisfactory place to park, but that's what it says. Maybe I should park a little bit further along on the verge. Yeah, I'll move my car further along, away from that entrance. It just obscures people's view of the road, which is quite narrow. Yeah, that's a bit better. You cannot scribble on that hedge. Anyway, opposite this entrance is a gate, which I soon have to climb over. And there's no Leeds DASA sign there either. You can see there, it is a great mass of plover. How deep it is, I have no idea. No, it's that deep. It's not just mud. There's a distinct smell of manure. So I've come through the gate and all that plover. And I'm just going to make my way down to the river, which is just there. So this is the top of the length. Notice I haven't got round a signpost in this. So I've walked the full length of this stretch, this bottom stretch, this one field. And there are very few places where you get access to the river. And there is a stock-proof fence of netting and barbed wire all the way down. But at the bottom here, there's a wide open space. Whether it was for boats or what, I don't know, but anyway. And on the other side, and opposite, is the very bottom of the Leeds DASA right-bank stretch. Well, I'll video this from the bottom up to the top because of the way the sun is. You want the sun behind me rather than facing me. So this is the bottom of the Aldwark left bank bottom section. So this is very much what it's like all the way up. Well, I've just come across a golf ball here. The golf course is on the other side of the river. Must be nearly 100 yards away. Someone's got a terrible hook if they're right-handed, and appalling slice if they're left-handed. And then halfway along the length there is this stile. But it doesn't seem to lead to anything very much at all, although there is an open space down there. Oh, 50 yards above the stile, going upstream, the river, well, the bank opens up and you can get access just at this little stretch here, must be about 50 yards long, that's it. So there is this open stretch. It's the only bit of the bank you can get access to apart from that bit at the bottom. And of course over there on the golf course it's also Leeds DASA Aldwark right bank. And then upstream from that opening back to the jungle of willows right up to the top of this length. And then just coming up about 100 yards from the very top of this length, there's another style again. I can't see what it's leading to. Well, I suppose you could wander down to that open stretch down there, which is about, what, 100 yards? And right at the top of the length, there's another wide open space. So you've got 3 access points to the river on this bottom length.